Go to the mailbox.
We interrupt this program to bring you
Paletteful Packs. Oh, I guess I have to clean my table. The October box has gone bluey. Thank you, Paletteful, for the sticker. I missed the sticker last time. And I see dual brush pens. The Tombow dual brush pens have a flexible brush tip and a fine tip for consistent lines. The water-based ink is blendable. The Fude Nosuke brush pens are great for calligraphy and drawing, as you can create extra fine, fine and medium strokes by a change in brush pressure. They contain water-based pigmented black ink. The Tombow blending kit has a colorless blender and a spray mister. There's also a tips and techniques instructional guide on blending inside. So this is for blending the inks. The Jelly Roll pen glides smoothly, won't bleed or blot, and dry to be waterproof and fade resistant. The Winsor Newton fine liners 0.5 and 0.1 indigo pens feature a water-resistant, fade-proof pigment ink. And they sit quite nicely in your hand. Oh yeah! And lastly, the heavyweight Strathmore Toned Blue media paper pad combines the characteristics of a watercolor paper and the finish of a drawing sheet, creating a paper that performs for all wet and dry media. It is thick and smooth. Look at that. It's very sturdy. Oh, this is gonna be lovely. The blue and the white and the hopefully black here. 15 sheets. Well, between this and the sketch box, I will have enough art supplies for Inktober. And this is me trying out all the marker colors and seeing how the flexible brush tip and the fine tip perform and blend together. Then I tried all the indigo fine liner pens. They are always valuable and very useful to have around. Really like the metal tips and how well they sit in your hand. The Jelly Roll pen allows the marker colors to shine from underneath, but on the paper itself, the ink comes out very white and bright. While it's still drying, you can still blend and smooth it out with the marker blender. And the fine liners, the black fine liners are also pretty straightforward, water-resistant ink. When I used the mister over the entire paper, I was not expecting for all the ink to float to the surface and then get wiped away with a paper towel. Interesting effects. So the package arrived on the 1st of October and I was excited to make my first Inktober illustration, but I hadn't read all the material description, and at that point I was still a bit unsure whether markers fall in the ink category. So I was planning on drawing a crystal for the first day prompt, and I had my little sketch out, but then I remembered the Paletteful prompt list, which contained wolf, calm, windmill, and enchanted among the prompts. And as soon as I read windmill, that immediately took me right in the middle of nowhere from Courage the Cowardly Dog Show, my favorite childhood and adulthood show. Yes, I still watch it. I watched an episode last week. Or was it this week? It was The House of Discontent. They always had such beautiful skies in that show. Do you remember? The moons are always spectacular or spooktacular. I do confess, markers are not among my area of expertise, so I cannot judge these or compare them with others. They do blend quite nicely and the blender does its job. The way the spritzer lifted the marker off the page sort of startled me, so I didn't use it again for this illustration. But I'm thinking it might be able to create some cool cosmic clouds and that sort of thing. I enjoyed having the permanent blue and black ink pens and was able to glide the Tombow markers on top of them without the fear of them smudging. And the white Jelly Roll is slightly movable while still fresh on the page, so I was able to blend it on the moon while it was still drying. After it dries, I think it is permanent and non-removable. Courage the Cowardly Dog is howling here, as the first prompt was wolf, and I just thought it would fit together. Of course, it's not your classic wolf, it's better. It's courage. If you've never seen this show, and especially if you have kids, you have to share it with them. To be honest, it's one of the best memories of my childhood. And every time I watch it, it all comes back. Saturday morning pancakes and cartoons are still some of my favorite days. Yes, please. The October Paletteful Packs did surprise me with a variety of different pens and markers. I also love the toned paper. I've been wanting to try toned paper for a while. But if I was to change something, it would have been some complementary color or a kind of highlight to warm up the scene. I found the blueness of it all to be a bit overwhelming. It might not be showing, but I'm crying right now. Especially that I think it would have been much more germane thing to draw for the first day of October with all the blue markers, the blue diamond. Oh well, next time. This will be my last art subscription box unboxing for a while. I don't know for how long, for a little while. I have some bigger projects that I'm yearning to accomplish, and I need the focus and time to do those without all these little distractions. Delightful distractions. I will be using my ink markers from Paletteful and ink supplies from Sketchbox for the rest of the month, so stay tuned for those. They're probably gonna come in shorts format. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Trust the flow, my friend.